Here's a fact. The richest 1% of India's population owns 40% of the country's wealth. And quite a bit of that money was flashed around during the Ambani wedding extravaganza. That's the 4-month-long wedding fiesta of Anand Ambani, the youngest son of Asia's richest man. Wedding highlights include a performance by Rihanna, Anand's $1.5 million watch that made Mark Zuckerberg blush.
After seeing that, I was like, watches are cool.
The Backstreet Boys on a boat. A $10 million paycheck for Justin Bieber to lip sync and sometimes sing in Mumbai. Shah Rukh Khan and the who's who of Bollywood, and of course, lots of really rich, really powerful people. The whole affair reportedly cost $300 million. It may have been a social calendar highlight, but it also highlighted something else: India's extreme wealth gap. Opposition politician Thomas Isaac called the spending obscene and a sin against the poor. Despite India being the fastest growing major economy in the world, the benefits don't reach very far. And according to statistics, the gap between rich and poor has widened drastically under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who, by the way, was a guest at the wedding. In fact, according to the World Inequality Database, income inequality in India is worse now than it was under British colonial rule. Even 30 years ago, India only had 1 billionaire. It now has 271. All that while, the wealth of middle-class India has halved. And despite many people coming out of poverty, around 1 in 8 live on just over $2 a day. That's more than 180 million people. Oxfam says India's rich have cornered a huge part of the country's wealth through crony capitalism and inheritance. Back to the wedding. The final 3-day wedding ceremony was held in Mumbai. And not far from the festivities is a place called Dharavi. It's home to 1 million people and it's Asia's largest slum. Life there is just a snapshot of the country's growing poverty. One study shows India is home to a quarter of the world's malnourished people. That's 500 million people who don't have enough to eat. Back in colonial times, India was known as the crown jewel of the British Empire. In 2024, economists say it's India's mega rich who are the new kings. And the poor, still the poor.